are the Oto-Missouria of Nebraska, and this is their story. The Otos and the Missouria are two out of the 4 tribes that speak Chiwerwe. Along with the Iowa and the Winnebago, they made up a single nation near the Great Lakes. The first Oto moved into southeast Nebraska along the Nemaha and Platte rivers near Ashland in the early 1700s. In 1804, Lewis and Clark discovered them living on the south bank of the Platte River. He invited them to come to the Bluffs of Iowa to have a meeting or a council. And this is where present-day Council Bluffs, Iowa gets its name. In 1854, the Kansas-Nebraska Act was passed, and in July of 1855, they moved to a 10 by 25-mile reservation along the Big Blue River in southeast Nebraska. I'm lucky enough to live on this old reservation land, so let's go take a look around. And as it is today, back in 1855, the land was generally very good. Back then, there were few pressures from any settlers. But still, life on the reservation was poor. If the annuity payments made it there at all, they were insufficient or late. The children did not want schooling, and the men did not want to farm. Alcohol was a huge problem on the reservation, and off the reservation, they had another problem, the Cheyenne. Because of the Homestead Act of 1862 and the Quaker Reform, by 1870, most of the land surrounding the reservation had been occupied by white settlers. In 1872, Congress passed a law authorizing the sale of half of the reservation upon approval with the tribe members. To further isolate them from their Native American ways, in 1875, a boarding school was put up. Eventually, problems developed within the tribe between those dedicated to traditional ways of life and those willing to accept Americanization. Those divisions were exacerbated by poor harvests and hunts, and by 1875, they were no longer planting or hunting buffalo. Despite continued resistance from the Wild Party, the tribe finally agreed to sell part of the reservation in 1876. Squatters routinely stripped the land of trees and materials. In 1880, a government inspector came and said they need to move to Red Rock, Oklahoma. So they headed south, and it took them 18 days to walk there. The Oto-Missouria have resisted change since their removal. They kept their traditional tribal government until 1984 and continue to have annual powwows, dances, and festivals. They seem to have found their stride down there in Red Rock, Oklahoma. In 1990, they had about 1,500 members, and today they have about 3,300 members. If you'd like to learn more about the Oto-Missouria tribe, you can check them out at omtribe.org, or they have a YouTube channel. Every time I come out here, I'm reminded of the wide open spaces, the peace, the bliss. But now when I come out, I'm also going to remember the dark sorrows, the tragedies. There may not be much for visual remnants 142 years later, but this place is special, and I'm going to give it the respect it deserves. I'm not leaving with more than I came with, and I'm only leaving footprints. This is Creekstain. We'll see you later.